And I'm back. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just stitch those back together afterwards. We'll go ahead and take a look at the teams here. HexagonalBolts going to be picking up Dazzle with Gromit on Slark. Up on the top lane, Micro Piglets going to be going Naga Siren. That's a little bit dangerous. And Krig on Undying with Shirk picking up the mid lane on Dragon Knight. Some guy going a little... Is he going to drop awards? Well, in any case, on Tidehunter, top lane, Nackertash on Pugna, and mid lane looks like Smokey is going to be going up against Dragon Knight on solo mid. A little bit unusual laning, but probably optimal for this particular setup with Duff on Lion and Brocrates on Anti-Mage. And I'm going to go ahead and refix my settings here for the drag camera, smooth drag and spectate, and we're good. All right. So, back into the game. Gromit going to be on Slark in the bot lane, and not sure if he's going to be able to get close enough. Go ahead and take a look here at the last hits and denies. Anti-Mage already pulling ahead with 3. Gromit not able to get close enough. Duff definitely playing aggressive and keeping him off that farm, which is exactly what he needs to be doing as a support in that lane. We'll see if he ends up pulling as heavy as we can. And, oh, of course, my favorite part, take a look at the couriers before things start getting super heavy. Naked Greevil, ew, on the bottom lane, and the Seraphic Greevil, again, on top. Which probably belonged to Hex, but I'm not sure. Some guy very tanky, and I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do this. Nackertash is a little bit more useful as far as a support in this lane. Dual melee, never fun, and it's going to make it a little bit harder for Micro Piglets to be able to get his farm. Krig going to have to run around and I think pull camps if they want to keep this solid. The camp isn't warded, but no, we do have the warp in from Dazzle, and it looks like they're going to turn that into a tri-lane, which is going to definitely make it much, much easier for Micro to be able to get his farm. Naga Siren definitely wants that, and she can get early levels, get her illusions up, get the Riptide up, not only get kills, but then start moving around through the jungle and just absolutely shredding camps. Looks like Shirk and Smokey trading hits as well, and Gromit going to be left to his own devices, but I'll be very surprised if he's able to pick up any farm at all. You can see here down on the last hits denies, Slark, yep, only 1 last hit, and Anti-Mage leading the way with nearly 11. A lot of damage going out, and first blood gonna go to Undying. Some guy going down to a lot of concerted fire, and that tri-lane paying for itself almost immediately. The slow off of Dazzle, I'm sorry, he didn't use the slow, but the Shadow Wave doing quite a bit of burst damage even early on, and they were able to take him out with no problem at all. And Nackertash maybe going to even want to go early levels into that nether ward. Kind of just keep them off the farm. Shirk taking a lot of damage in the middle lane, and is Smokey going to be able to kill him? Oh man, 15 health. So close to being able to get that kill on mid, but he's definitely going to... there's a famous guide out there written by Purge, you know, welcome to Dota, you suck. And rule number 1 is if you can't kill somebody, the next best thing is almost killing them and sending them all the way back to base. And you can see right here, Shirk having to run all the way back. His bottle's empty, and it looks like he went very much for the early bottle. No stats, although Dragon Knight very hard hitting and kind of tanky early on, but no stat items really. Going for the Gloves of Haste, might be trying to pick up an early Midas, but boy, that is playing aggressive. And you know, now he's losing out on all that golden XP, and we should see Nix Assassin pull ahead in the last hits here. 8 and 4, Gromit finally able to get in there and pick some up, but with Hex pulling the camps up top, this is definitely going to make it a lot harder for them too. I think Nackertash and some guy are going to have to just try to get their levels and then start moving around. Once some guy gets his 6 and has Ravage, then that's going to make it much easier for them to go into team fights and win. And with the way that their carries are set up, I mean, minus Anti-Mage, most of their team is a little bit more early game. They do have good push. Pugna able, of course, to take out creep waves in short order. Some guy getting netted. And will some guy go down here? He is taking the poison and kind of walking around in circles, and he looks like he's going to take a big beating from HexagonalBolts. If Hex can get one more off, he's going to be able to secure the kill here. And, oh no! Krig going to come around and absolutely clean up Decrepify, and that's going to be the second kill going the way of Krig. Congratulations to you for picking those up. First blood and the second kill of the game going the way of Krig, able to pick that up. And I think actually Micro Piglets would have been able to pick that up, but was getting slowed by Hex walking in front of him. A little unfortunate there. You do kind of want those kills if they're a sure thing to go the way of your carry, but better to have them than to not. Shirk back in mid lane, going to try to harass Smokey off, and was able to recover his last hits from that slight setback. And I really got to say, I mean, he's holding on to 500-something gold. I would be very surprised if, I mean, he might be making power treads or armlet, but armlet this, early before boots. I would be very surprised if he didn't try to complete that hand to Midas. Being very, very harassing, going to burn through his mana very quickly, and not sure if he's able to keep room control so far, but I haven't been keeping track of who's gotten what runes when. In case, going back up into the top lane, Nackertash able to pick up some last hits, and it does look like Anti-Mage is pulling ahead. Brocrates definitely one of the better players in the clan, ranking in very high matches as of the last couple months. Congratulations to Brocrates, but able to clean up, picking up a lot of last hits, and it looks like he's well on his way. Sort of the baseline for real good farm is, I believe, 50 CS by 10 minutes, and he's already, over halfway there. So really cleaning up the last hits, definitely outlanding Slark, and great support by, is Krig going to go down here? Yes, Krig going down on the top lane to Pugna, able to pick him off, and moving up, having Nix Assassin with that DD. Very, very dangerous, not something you want to have to deal with. Oh, and they did manage to take out Naga Siren as well. A little shame I missed that. But, yeah, Gromit in the bottom lane not being able to pick up farm, and definitely not inclined, I think, to pick up wards and try to keep them from being able to pull that camp. Duff playing a great Lion, very much hard support, making sure that his carry gets all the farm, the levels, and doing a great job at keeping Gromit pushed back. Doesn't want to feed those kills early.
Tower is under attack.
And there's the ping on Smokey, and looks like Micro Piglets did have a whole entire outfit that he hadn't put on until he already started on Naga. Or they switched him. 10 bucks says they switched, got the pick, and then switched, so. Does have a whole set of gear, and actually looks pretty cool. Slitherine Exile, and I do believe that that's a community armor set, so congratulations to whoever the guy was that designed that. I hope you made a lot of money on it. Up in the top lane, Nackertash and some guy kind of having to play it a little bit safer. Dragon Knight really picking up farm on mid, but does look, yes, they were able to get a ward in there, and he's not going to be able to pull. But he does have the sentry, and he's going to go ahead and clean that ward right out. Not sure if that sentry is in. I think that sentry's far enough away where it won't block the camp, so that's good. But so now everybody kind of just fencing, getting feelers out for where everybody is, how it's all how it's all doing. Duff looking to keep Gromit out, making sure that he doesn't get ganked, and Brocrates absolutely cleaning up the farm. 42, 43, we're going to be looking at 50 by 9 minutes, 8 minutes, and that's absolutely great farm, and that's exactly what they don't want to see on Anti-Mage at this point early in the game. Going up top, and it looks like a little skirmish, but they're going to go ahead and pull back, play safe, wait for Micro to get there, and some guy Nackertash not able to really finish up. Some guy definitely on Tidehunter, and Tidehunter, I should say, definitely able to pick up sort of those early kills. Very powerful nukes for, very strong nukes with a low cooldown in the form of Anchor Smash, as well as Gush, with low mana cost, so able to kind of spam it as long as you can stay next to your opponent, do a lot more damage, as well as reduce the amount of damage that they're able to do to you, so extremely useful, but perhaps not able to make the most use of that up here on the top with that tri-lane being the way it is. But Nackertash is going to be getting pinged. Looks like Micro's trying to get something to happen, and with Gromit coming up, this is going to be very dangerous. There's the net, and Gromit missing the leap, but it still won't matter. Some guy going to go down very quickly. A lot of damage to Micro Piglets, but it's not going to be enough, and Nackertash going to have to pull right back out of there. Will he end up slowed by zombies? A lot of damage, and I don't know if they're going to be able to take this. Krig coming up with a follow. Decay, not enough, but here's a cooldown 7-6, and Nackertash not able to get away. Support not really coming. Nix Assassin kind of playing off in the mid lane, looking to try to make something happen on Dragon Knight, but nope, he's going to be able to get away just fine. And Shirk making it out with no health at all. Man, Smokey had just maybe another even bottle charge so he can man up, get one more impale off. That would have been a clean kill. Rough luck there, buddy, but at least now he'll be able to sort of balance out his farm deficit a little bit. Dragon Knight definitely pulling ahead as far as farm, and Nix Assassin going to be wanting to pick that up. Still only with Bottle, was able to finish off the Magic Wand and basic Boots of Speed, but he's going to be wanting to finish a Dagon or something soon so that he can get in and really start getting those kills. Make sure, essentially, that Dire can't get ahead and get an advantage, especially with Naga Siren, before Brocrates is able to finish his Battle Fury and start getting extremely farmed up.
Thanks for that.
Brocrates 55 at 10 minutes. Great farm on his parts. And it does look like Micro is going to get caught out. Nackertash whiffing the Nether Blast, and they're going to go ahead and just pull out there. Micro Piglets looking for the ping. Come on, guys, teleport up. Help me out here. But, oh, and they still see the ward, but Sentry pops right before he can finish off the ward. Only gets one hit in, and that's going to go ahead and stop their camp from respawning. Although I think we're a little bit past the point where they're going to be pulling that camp as much as they were before. Gromit coming in, looking to make something happen. There's a splash, unable to hit anybody, but is going to be able to lock down Duff. Brocrates here, and not sure if he's going to be attacking. There's the spikes, and really just trying to keep Duff from dying here, but they're going to be able to take down Krig. Go ahead and use the... did pop his ulti, able to take down Krig with very little trouble. Duff not going down at all, and Gromit very close to dying here, and Anti-Mage I don't think has the chase to be able to pull him down. He's going to go ahead and hide on the tower. Is Brocrates going to go for it? No, he's going to go ahead and pull back, play it safe, keep getting that farm. He knows that he has the advantage in the bottom lane. That lane has absolutely gone their way. And that's going to be a huge advantage as we start getting into the later game. Naga Siren not nearly as farmed as Anti-Mage is, and even with that tri-lane unable to pick up the kills, she did manage to get one assist, but has died once. And we can go ahead and take a look at the net worth here, but I mean, gold per minute only 196. That's not where you want to be on a Naga Siren. And the next closest one, I mean, Dragon, okay, so Dragon Knight really definitely pulling ahead. He's going to be the carry that they're going to look for as this mid game comes on to really make the biggest difference. Micro Piglets going ahead, going to pop the song and set themselves up for the fight. There goes the totem. That's going to hit everybody, and Ravage comes out almost immediately, going to try to get away. No, they're going to go ahead and commit to this. They know that they're stuck, but 4-on-2 is not the way you want to go, and with Ravage already popped, Nackertash going to go ahead and just bail out there, and will he'll be able to get out? Will some guys... Oh, there we go. Will some guy's sacrifice be enough? Nackertash going to go ahead and deny that DD, and he's going to be able to get out just fine. But that's another kill going the way of Dire, and
bottom tower is under attack.
Hopefully they'll be able to take that. Going ahead and ping the top lane. They're going to want to go ahead and push that down. Best they can. The Tidehunter's down, but he doesn't have ulti anymore, so that's going to be pretty huge. He won't have ulti for another 2 minutes, essentially, and that's going to be kind of a big setback for the Radiant here. They're not going to be able to take it down. Some guy coming in, tell TP by himself. There's going to be 3 of them up here. Will he be able to do enough damage? No, going to get knocked down. And Shirk's going to pop his ulti. Some guy taking a lot of damage. Nackertash as well going in, try to clip him, but Nackertash taking way too much damage. Gromit's going to invis, but will get pulled out. Moving a little too aggressively there, and man, he should not have died there. That was kind of unfortunate. And there I was thinking some guy was going to go down. But no, so good TPs by the rest of the team, able to take down. Gromit getting a little bit ahead of himself. Kind of got tunnel vision there, wanted to make sure that some guy or Nackertash went down, right? Look at this Pugna, yeah, only 200 health, and that was after walking all the way back. Would have only taken a couple more hits, but not able to get him. And when you got 3 people around you like that, especially a Tidehunter, that can use the Anchor Smash and keep you from doing the damage that you're able to put out as a Slark, that's just hard to deal with. And then, you know, then you end up getting killed because you can't get away because you're under someone's tower. In any case, Shirk still is Dragon Knight, going to look to push this tower and make the most of it while it still lasts. But that's going to pop off fairly soon. And Anti-Mage just farming up like crazy in the bot lane. Got up 77 last hits, 25 last hits ahead of everybody else. And he's going to go toe-to-toe with Gromit here. Don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to have to blink out of there as fast as he can. Gromit healing up very rapidly. That ulti absolutely brutal. But Brocrates is going to be able to make it out just fine. He's going to have to play it a little bit safe here, though. Undying coming out. He's going to be able to get enough damage. There's the decay, and Brocrates is going to have to blink out again. Think would have been able to take out Gromit, but with the decay as well. Does he have a TP? No. A little bit scary ground here, but great dodges. Absolutely able to pull him into the trees, make sure that he can't run around, and then just blink onto the other side of him. Great play by Brocrates, and able to get out completely safely. Shirk being chased down. But no, I don't think Smokey able to commit, and he doesn't really want to go in on this right now. Shirk does have the invisibility. He's going to be able to get out without a whole lot of trouble. Oh, and up on top lane, Nackertash looking almost getting the kill on Micro. But it's just not going to be enough. He's going to have to run out, and being a little bit, kind of a little bit far out for a solo Pugna. Definitely as a support, but has the speed to keep away from Krig. Krig gonna go ahead and
tower
commit
is
to this,
under
man. He
attack.
wants to punch him at least once, but nope, not gonna get any hits in
Dire's top
before he
tower
walks
is under
away.
attack.
Not to mention he could have just decrepified under tower, and that would have been a little rough as well. Going back from the bottom lane, Brocrates is going to continue farm, but Shirk and Gromit looking to go in and make something happen. Shirk's going to go ahead, hit the stun, which should allow Gromit to get his lockdown, but Brocrates can apparently blink right out of that? I did not know that. Alright, so blink works through
No
the leap from Slark, and Slark is going to go down to Nix Assassin. A little bit unfortunate. Didn't expect the other two to be there as soon, and I, you know what, probably didn't know, just like me, that he could blink out of that tether. I really didn't think that was the case, but I guess so. And Shirk going to go ahead and try to clean up some Ancients right now while that's going on. Alright, well, Dire with a 2-tower advantage, mid getting pushed down fairly solidly by creeps, and whenever anybody's in there able to take that damage. We'll go ahead and take a look at the XP and gold graph. XP definitely going the way of the Radiant. 4,000, took a little bit dip there with that last team fight where they lost a couple guys, but otherwise very, very strong. And gold actually going the way of the Dire. A little bit surprising to me, but I guess not as much so when you consider that they got the last hits on 2 towers. That would have been about roughly 2,000 gold to the team apiece, and even though they're slightly behind in kills, I'm sorry, 2 behind in kills, Anti-Mage taking out Slark down on the bottom lane, Naga Siren going to grab an illusion rune and look to make something happen, but does have 4 coming in on her. And no, definitely going to pull back, saw that Nix Assassin was there and Tidehunter. You don't want to get caught out like that, but will they be able to make something happen on Shirk? Shirk doesn't seem to be paying attention, is being a little bit aggressive. Smokey not quite close enough to be able to get that impale and get the kill early, and Nackertash playing the most aggressive Pugna I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Way out, and he's going to get netted by Naga Siren. That's going to be a lot of damage, and you know what? Ballsiness not quite paying off. Dazzle able to deny that tower. He wasn't able to take it down, and little bit unfortunate trying to chase after the courier, but nope, too fast, and Smokey's going to go ahead and just pull out there on the mid lane. Gromit looking for the lash. He is going to be able to hit it, but Duff here and some guy able to come back with the save. They're able to get that stun, and Shirk, will we see Ravage popped? Yes, there it is, and some guy going to go ahead and just try to pull out here. Do as much damage as he can. Smokey going to come in. Smokey, come on, commit. You could have taken out Gromit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just not enough, and Slark's able to continue living. Brocrates looking for the kill and just short. Absolutely just short, and some great armlet switching by Shirk, able to secure his life and keep Brocrates from getting that kill. Absolutely great play on the part of both players, and we can see why they're being ranked in the matches that they're being ranked in these days. Nackertash coming out, looking to make a push again. Pugna, of course, very capable of pushing with Nether Blast, able to do a lot of damage to creeps and towers. But it doesn't matter too much if you're just feeding kills to the enemy. He's only died once, but he was getting out kind of far ahead. Going ahead and look at Brocrates here. He's still maintaining his massive farm lead, and did finish his Battle Fury. Yes. So has finished Battle Fury. That's going to massively increase his ability to farm. And really, I think that's the big worry that Dire is going to have right now. Shirk not super farmed up, doesn't have a whole lot of kills on, or I'm sorry, Gromit on Slark, and you know, Micro on Naga Siren. Both kind of under farm, not nearly where Anti-Mage is, and not able to keep up with kills either. 2 and 0. I'm sorry, Dragon Knight also 2 and 0. But down here on the bottom lane, and it looks like Anti-Mage gonna get absolutely crushed by 4. And they absolutely know. They absolutely know what they're doing there. Just like I said, they want to be able to shut down Anti-Mage, keep him from getting any more farm than he has already. And that's the way to do it. Net him, and I'm pretty sure the neck holds through Blink. I'm fairly certain, yes, preventing movement or blinking. So if you can get that ensnare on Naga Siren, or even just initiate, which I think he did with Song of the Siren, initiate with Song of the Siren, get the net down, and then, you know, just blast him away before he can blink out. That's the way to get the kills on Anti-Mage, and that's definitely what they need in order to stop his farm and make sure that they can continue pushing, especially since Anti-Mage is going to be sort of a big threat to their towers now, that he can just shred through creeps as easily as he could before. But there's the stun. Shirk going to go ahead and take a lot of hits, and he's going to go toe-to-toe with Brocrates. Brocrates taking way too much damage. He's going to have to pull back, but some guy going to go up against Shirk. Shirk a little bit slow. Will we see the gush? And shred switching just not enough to handle that kind of damage. Dragon Knight going to go down. Nix Assassin picking up that last hit. And very aggressive play here by the Dire, really pushing all the lanes and coming out with a 3-tower lead. Able to take that bottom tier 1 and, well, do some damage to the bottom tier 2. And really, that's the way they're going to do it. If they can get kills on Brocrates, take out Anti-Mage before he can get that farm, then go ahead and make use of that time to push. Anti-Mage being the only carry, or the only real damage dealer, that the Radiant is going to have at this point. Nix Assassin kind of under-farmed, not picking up only 2 kills, so I guess not bad, but at 20 minutes, not optimal for sure. And we'll go and take a look at his items here. Was able to finish the Blink Dagger. That's going to be massively useful, but still no Dagon or anything really bursty, so we're going to be looking at him to set up sort of those ganks, set up early kills. Gromit with an Invis Room looking to get the kill on Nix Assassin. Don't know that he could go toe-to-toe. He does have less health, and that's what I was looking for, is a Spike Carapace much earlier than that, but Smokey's going to go ahead and Invis straight out of there. And Gromit trying to get a little bit of burst damage, but not able to do it. Down on the bottom lane, they're going to be pushing down this tower. Shirk able to barely make it out. Brocrates not doing enough damage. And Lion's Finger, did he just get off the finger? I'm pretty sure I heard it. But Krig going to take out some guy here. One last hit, and yes, Undying picks up the kill. Nackertash looking to finish off Krig, but he may be going down to tower fire right here. 1, 2, Zombie's going to get the kill. And Undying comes out with a double kill despite his own death. Oh, that is just absolutely brutal and huge damage. Huge damage from Dazzle with that Shadow Wave. Brocrates absolutely surrounded by creeps, and with all them getting healed, that's a lot of damage that you don't want coming your way. He's going to have to go ahead and just pull right off that tower, and I'm a little surprised just how rough it's been for them. Down by, well, down only by 2 towers, but they did have that top one denied. That's going to put them at something of a deficit as far as gold goes. Brocrates still ahead on kills, or I'm sorry, on last hits, but falling behind a little bit on kills. Duff here going to get picked off by Gromit, putting out a lot of damage, and yes, he's going to get picked off in short order. Brocrates going to have to just pull right the hell out of there if he doesn't want to die. Go ahead and take a look at the lull here. Radiant definitely, or I should say Dire, really closing the gap in XP, down only to 1,000 from, you know, almost 5,000 earlier on, while Gold definitely going the way of the Dire. All these kills they've been picking up quickly, I should say. I mean, they're only ahead by 2, but picking up quickly and taking down those towers. And Brocrates going to go down again. This is going to be very rough, and I think this is the advantage that Dire needs to be able to take these towers and keep Brocrates from being able to make the most of his basically free farm in the bottom lane early game. I mean, we can take a look at the, Anti-Mage only 2 for 2 right now, and I would be very surprised if we didn't see them take this tower right now. That's going to go down. Radiant looking to try and prevent them from pushing all the way to Rax, but I'd be... Yep, they're going to go ahead and just pull right out. They got what they wanted, and now's the time to leave. And Undying going to go ahead and drop that ward, make sure they have sight of the camps, which is extremely important from them, and very aggressive warding. They know that Anti-Mage is going to be going into the jungle if he can, and picking up farm. He can farm the jungle very fast, and if they can catch him out again, they know they can stop him. Use Song of the Siren, especially once Naga gets her 16, which, you know, I mean, only 5 levels away, but once he gets her 16, she's going to be able to pop that every minute. And while it is a great escape, it's going to be a great ganking tool as far as making sure that you can get those nets on Anti-Mage and prevent him from blinking out so that you can get those kills. So great play by the Dire, and I'm not sure how Radiant's going to be able to pull this back at a slight disadvantage and kind of putting all their eggs in one basket here, and I think Brocrates kind of getting a little bit shut down, but we have seen him come back from worse things before, so it'll be great to see if he can get those kills and really start dominating in the fights. Down on bot lane, do they have sight of Gromit? Nope, he's going to be able to pull right out of there, but just definitely superior warding on the side of Dire, of course born out of the fact that they have that gold advantage from all those tower supports, are able to afford the wards in the first place. But looks like they did find Gromit out. Nackertash taking a lot of damage, 2 supports against such a strong ganker, and Duff does have Finger. Not sure why he didn't blast it immediately. They might have been able to get that, but probably looking for the help. And they're just not going to be able to get it in time, but definitely their jungle is not safe, and with the 2 invisible, well, Slark doesn't really count, but with the invisibility, it's not going to be And there's the setup. Micro Piglets using Song of the Siren to set up this team fight, and they're going to come in. There goes the Tombstone. Zombies are going to spawn, and Ravage goes up. They're going to go ahead and just try to pull right the hell out of this. This is the thing, and there's the Finger. Lion able to take down Slark, but Undying going to be able to, or going down to Tidehunter right before Tidehunter dies to Dragon Knight. But this slow going to be too much to handle. HexagonalBolts picking up the poison, and Duff is going to fall down to concerted fire from the old Dire. So 3 for 2. Nix Assassin, Anti-Mage going to go ahead and just try to push this top lane as hard as he can. Does manage to take the tower, but they're looking to get that defense set up. Shirk definitely going Fire Dragon. A little unusual, but I guess they're looking for the heavier push and the heavier AoE. They're going to be able to take this. And I think Hex is going to go ahead and commit to trying to take down that Rax. He knows that they're behind, and they're not going to be able to if he runs back and dies. They might not be able to get this other chance, or this chance again, I should say. Man, English, definitely my second language. But a lot of damage. They still have time, or say they still have time to take before they can pop Glyph again. Yeah, a whole nother minute, and I think that's going to be it. Brocrates push not paying off, not able to take the tower or the barracks. He's going to go ahead and get pushed off, and while Shirk does go down here, they are able to get mega creeps on the melee units on mid. That's going to be a huge disadvantage for the Radiant here, and oh man, Micro very low, but very fast, 395 movement speed. Those Tranquil Boots, if the even though they've been crippled a little bit, if you can't get that damage on them, you're not going to be able to get the kill. Nackertash very far ahead here, and I think Gromit's going to be able to pick up this kill with little trouble whatsoever. Well, maybe I was wrong. Nackertash lives! Oh man, Brocrates in with the save. Tidehunter able to pick off the last hit, and they're going to be able to kill Slark, and wow, Dazzle bursting immediately to the Brocrates ult, or to Anti-Mage ulti. That's going to be definitely good for him, picking him up, taking him ahead a little bit. Definitely still quite far ahead in farm, and making him close the gap a little bit on kills. That's what you want to see if you're on the team. But I think Radiant really going to want to try and move as a 5 here. They have good team fight as long as Naga doesn't have her ulti, but they have great team fight. They have the ability to pick off players, and you know, they've got strong players. They've got strong gankers. They've got strong just everything. They can kind of do this, pick them off one at a time, and you know, keep ahead. I think their big disadvantage right now: 4 wards up for the Dire, but only 1 up. I'm sorry, 2 for the Radiant in the usual spots, and they're kind of having to be a little bit more conservative, and I should say a little less proactive about the ganks than Dire is able to be. But Anti-Mage able to pick up the kill on Slark, Gromit getting a little bit ahead of himself again, but probably expected that he was going to be able to do invisibility out of there, but a lot of stun definitely with Lion. And Smokey going in. HexagonalBolts going to go down to massive damage, massive burst damage from Anti-Mage and Smokey. That mana burn absolutely brutal, especially when you have mana burn and the mana void from Anti-Mage. You don't want to be low on mana, and Brocrates on Anti-Mage is exactly the wrong person that you want to have hitting you to set you up for sort of that huge burst damage or huge burst nukes from both Smokey and Brocrates. It looks like they're going to go ahead and make the most of this push right now. Take that mid lane. Dazzle is down, so they won't have Shallow Grave to save them. Smokey going to go ahead and blink, get the initiation on Micro, and he might go down. Huge burst damage, and is Brocrates going to use ulti? No, he's going to go ahead and pull back, try and take these creeps and set themselves up for a good strong tower push, get the creeps involved. Nackertash almost dead, but saved by a great Ravage from some guy. And man, Dragon Knight goes down, but buys back almost immediately. He's going to go ahead. Brocrates finishing off the totem, and or the tombstone, my bad. And it's going to take that off. Krig almost dead, and Hex going to go down as well. That's 3. And Micro going to go ahead and just set up with the Song of the Siren, trying to stop this momentum that they had. But will it be enough? 3 down with all 5 up on the Radiant side. And this is going to be absolutely huge team fight for them if they can get these. No, it looks like they're going to go ahead and pull back. The tower was enough. The kills were enough. Go ahead and close the gap a little bit. Or no, I'm sorry, not even close the gap, but take the lead. 19 kills to 15 in favor of the Radiant. That's going to be absolutely huge. They're going to want to come down to the bot tower and defend that. But absolutely huge play by some guy. Great Ravage, absolutely great timing, able to keep Pugna in the game and keep him able to doing damage, as well as well-placed Nether Ward able to do a lot of burst damage to Dire. They weren't able to take that down, and the Tombstone did go down fairly early on to Anti-Mage. So great play by everybody, and they're really able to take advantage, like I said. Taking advantage of their team fight, their big stuns, all the burst damage that can come off a Lion, as well as, I mean, you essentially have 2 Impales. It's pretty much the same move, but Lion's Q, Earth Spikes, as well as Nix Assassin's Impale. Essentially same move, bop everybody in the air, do a bunch of damage, and make sure that you get those kills. Brocrates playing a little far forward, and it looks like they're going to kind of try to come in, get this kill. He's going to move in on Gromit, thinks he's the only one there, but Hex with the slow, and doesn't know that behind him. There's the net. He's not going to be able to get out anytime soon. He's going to go down. Oh, man, not a great place to be caught out. And it looks like all the wards on both sides have popped out. Anti-Mage not only buying back into the game, but with enough money to grab his mana style. And, oh man, that is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Definitely taking a good advantage here, and in the lead with kills. 7 kills with only 3 deaths for 7 and 5 with Undying. Undying not able to make as much use of the money as perhaps Anti-Mage able to. Micro Piglets looking for farm as well, but we can go and take a look at the last hits here. Definitely accelerated quite a bit now that he has levels and the full Riptide. 101, but still only half the farm that Anti-Mage has been able to get. And while there's been, you know, slightly iffy play here and there by some of the members on Radiant, absolutely Brocrates on Anti-Mage going to be able to pull it back with huge farm, huge items, and big kills. And they, you know, all they really need is all that utility that we know that they have. Lion with his Impale, he has Hex, can frog people multiple times, as well as huge burst damage from Finger of Death. Nix Assassin, of course, massive burst damage as well. Tidehunter with Ravage, able to set up 4 kills in a huge way. And Pugna, while not able to provide as much initial burst damage, able to set down his ward. And if the Dire is doing anything at all, they're going to be taking hits for that. And that's going to be a big thing, especially for you know, people like Slark, who's basically spamming his AoE all the time. He's going to be taking hits every single time that he does that, and definitely going to put him in a bad place as far as the kills go. Able to lock down Brocrates, a great leap. I think just actually trying to get away. But Smokey doing a lot of damage, and he's going to be able to pick off HexagonalBolts. Yes, there's the Dagon, going to be able to pick off Hex. And Krig, a lot of lifesteal coming from Nackertash, along with the slow. That's going to take him down, and I believe Nackertash used Decrepify to slow him down there. Yes? Yes. Used Decrepify, followed up with the Life Drain. I believe that gives him an extra 30% or something, extra magic damage. I'm not sure how much. Oh no, spell resistance reduction, 40%. So it gives him an extra 40% of, well, whatever his reduced damage is. The math's a little whiffy on that one. But in any case, bunch of extra damage, able to absolutely shred through them. And while they're all back up, this is definitely advantage going the way of the Radiant that they didn't want happening. Brocrates is able to get ahead, and huge stuns, huge stuns on the part of the Radiant.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're moving in, going to try to knock out Brocrates. They know that they can if they can just get those nets, but nope, not going to be enough damage. Some guy coming in, try to push them back off. And they might go ahead and push. Still behind by 1 tower, but I think definitely with the advantage, we'll go ahead and take this lull. Look at the XP graph again. Yes, XP moving up. Oh, there's Song of the Siren going to block off Brocrates, but XP advantage almost 8,000. There's the Tombstone. Brocrates blinking somewhere. I have no idea where he just went. And wow, huge burst damage coming off of Duff. Going to take down Slark with, wow, very short order. Micro Piglet's going to get away. Nobody kind of following up on that. But Slark going down already. Not something you want to happen. Shirk there with a lot of damage, and he's going to go Dragon Form. Some guy going to go down. Already used the burst. And Brocrates. This might be the turnaround that Dire needs. Nackertash going to go down as well. Great play by Dazzle, able to keep everybody in health. Made sure that they have the wards up and keep them from getting away. I say try to keep Nix Assassin from getting away, but Nix wasn't there. In any case, Duff the only one that's going to be able to get away, and this is their opportunity to push as hard as they can. They do have 2 down, and oh man, I don't know if they're going to be able to make the most of this. Looking to try and get Roche. That's going to be a lot of gold that they desperately need, as well as You know, having an Aegis is never a bad thing. But not sure if Shirk does have Helm of the Dominator, so he should be able to solo Roche, even if it's a little bit slow right now. Dragon form is going to go down shortly, but Hex actually counter-warding. Great play. Great play by Hex. Made sure that he popped it up on top, got sight of the upper ground, and able to counter-ward. So that's definitely going to put Radiant at a disadvantage, but man, that was absolutely huge. Kind of a miffed team fight. Got caught out of position, and Smokey going to go in and get nailed almost immediately. Somebody has a gem. How did that happen? Oh no, he got caught walking in by this sentry here. Didn't see that sentry, or didn't know. Should have known that the sentry was there, actually. But I guess they didn't catch that they had been dewarded, and they saw him walking in with the sentry and were able to kill him pretty easily. So I was looking to try and steal the Aegis, but not able to pull it off. Nice try, though. And when we see them go ahead and farm up here in the mid lane, let's go ahead and take a look at the gold graft again, swinging back towards the Dire, almost 2,500 again. Radiant finally getting it back, but not for long. Absolutely able to keep them denied, and XP graph still pretty heavily Radiant, but Dire able to have it with that last team fight. Absolutely great play. Alright, Radiant gonna have to look for the defense here. They don't want to get caught out by themselves. They know that they have enough team fight to be able to take this back. But really, we're going to see Brocrates a little far. Alright, good. He's just going to pick up farm and play it safe. Didn't want to get caught out there in the middle of 4 of them. And come on, man, you know better than to go up against Naga Siren when she has friends around. They're going to go ahead and just counter push 5-man on the bottom lane. And it does look like Dire's going to go ahead and... No, gromit able to jump off and get out of there very quickly. Still nobody really able to capitalize on Roche or any of the base towers. Radiant down 1 Rags. They did lose that melee one a while back. But, man, I have to say, for the first time, I'm not completely sure which way this goes. I mean, Anti-Mage, I think, definitely stronger than either of the carries on the Dire side. Go ahead and look at the kills. Well, no, Dragon Knight definitely pulling ahead. But Anti-Mage, very, very strong. But I think it really comes down to we're going to have one big team fight here. Unless someone does something, you know, stupid. And you know, they start feeding themselves one at a time. We're going to see a big team fight here. And based on who plays that team fight better, I think they'll win the game. Even though Radiant is at a tower and Rax disadvantage right now, I don't think this game is out of their reach by any means at all. So that's what we're going to be looking for, just sort of a big team fight, big initiation, or someone getting caught out that puts that team at a disadvantage and allows the other one to get a Rax. Brocrates following up his Manta style with a Skull Basher. If I know anything about him, he'll turn that into an Abyssal Blade. And Duff looking to make something happen. They want to get this top tower, they want to push it back. A little gold is a valuable thing, but do they want to go in this? Are they going to pull out? Micro Piglets saying, yes, you're going to have to go in on this. Some guy a little far back. Not going to be able to make the most of his Ravage right off at the start, and he is going to get stunned immediately by Shirk. Shirk knowing who the dangerous one is. Ravage going to catch out too, and wow, Undying and Naga Siren going down to huge burst damage. Gromit getting shallow grave by HexagonalBolts. He will be able to get out now, and Tidehunter is picked off by the zombies from Undying. Nackertash might be as well, yes. With the buybacks, they're able to take him out. Tidehunter and Pugna going down very quickly. Smokey wanting to try and get this kill, but he's not going to be able to. And he doesn't want to get caught out right now. Is going to get poisoned, and there's the stun from Dazzle. And this is putting him in a very dangerous place. Still has 16 seconds to go before he can invis out, and he might be going down here. There's the Impale. He's going to continue running 10-9. Will he be able to make it out? Oh, my God. There's the blink. Going to play it safe, and he'll be able to TP out. No problem. All right, that was awesome. And You know what? I'm kind of a little bit pissed off about that. That was a great team fight, super exciting. I thought it had gone completely the way of Radiant, but no. Dragon Knight buys back, able to get the stun. They get another 2 kills for 2 kills. And while they might have lost out, we end up basically where we were before, 26-22. Neither team with, I think, the huge advantage that they need to just kind of crush and be able to take those towers or take a team fight. And we're looking for the same things we were before. Someone getting caught out of position. Getting caught out of position, dying, not having enough for buyback, and putting their team at a disadvantage that's going to cost them the push, or cost them the next team fight. And I gotta say, man, those mega melee creeps just not being as effective against this particular lineup that the Radiant has as perhaps Dire would hope. You kind of want them in there harassing the base, keeping them from moving out that much, but with the Battle Fury on Anti-Mage with a massive burst damage that Nackertash can put out with Nether Blast, they're able to keep that lane pushed out at least, you know, at least to the river-ish and not on there beating on their towers. So you can see right here, everybody coming in, and the creeps are absolutely evaporated almost instantly. Just what can you do against that? And so, you know, that advantage that otherwise would have been there, I mean, you're sort of only giving a gold advantage, right? Mega creeps are worth less money, but it's not going to be sort of pushy enough to give Dire sort of the default advantage that I hope they were, or that I think they were hoping to get from being able to take that barracks. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, it is still staying pushed, and they aren't getting nearly as much gold from that lane as Dire would be able to get from the lane. Well, if it ever pushed out, but it's not. Alright, and looks like Hex getting caught out. He is going to get gushed, and will that slow be enough? He's going to go ahead and just pop his mech, try to get out of there as fast as he can, but nope, not able to commit. Nobody in there fast enough. And de-warding from both teams. Is this the Casual Dota Chums? There's no way! There is absolutely no way. De-warding from both teams. This is next level play right here. Everybody's doing great. Holy crap. Absolutely next level play. You hardly ever see that. Just hardly ever. Great job. Just great job to everybody. Holy crap. And Lion picking up Blink Dagger. A little late, but probably looking to make the most of an initiation, set themselves up for a good Ravage or just something. Not sure what else he could pick up. Tidehunter, of course, with the Blink, although we haven't seen a Blink Ravage yet. They seem to be getting initiated on rather than being the guys who can do the initiating. But that's what we were seeing before. Brocrates with huge push, able to just clear out waves extremely quickly. We'll go ahead and take a look at his gold, 340 CS at the moment. Go and take a look at net worth. Still behind Dragon Knight, actually. I think Dragon Knight able to clean up last hits on most of the towers, as well as getting quite a few kills. But he's only behind, well, he's behind by 1,700, but at this point in the game, I have no idea how much it matters. But it's terribly exciting. Dragon Knight, of course, with BKB, did pick up the Dazzle. Is going to be looking to pick up some of those crits and hopefully kind of match the damage that Anti-Mage is going to be able to put out. And boom, there we go with the de-warding again. Hex absolutely playing great support, picking up those sentries, picking up the observers, making sure that we have vision when the enemy doesn't. And I think both teams kind of playing a little bit cautiously here. They know that they don't want to get caught out. Absolutely dangerous. I was talking about the stuns before, but I mean, really, as far as just team stuns, Radiant does have the advantage with those Impale and Split Earth, or whatever it's called, for Lion and excuse me, Lion and Nix Assassin. But in just being able to get more people at once, but it's going to be sort of their big thing is just Naga Siren has huge initiation, and oh man, this might be it. Brocrates up on the top lane, Nix Assassin pushing mid, and 3 of them gonna go down here. Great initiation by Naga Siren, a lot of burst damage, and boom, there's the Ravage, but Tidehunter gonna go down to massive damage from Dragon Knight. Duff trying to get away, but it's not gonna be enough. He gets the net, and Dragon Knight able to pick up that kill as well. Brocrates probably going to try and commit to this, but they will pop Glyph. That's what they need. Nackertash not going to be able to do enough damage. And was he able to get down? He was able to get down the ward, but it's not going to matter. They're going to be able to take this down very, very quickly. And we do see the ward back. HexagonalBolts going to try to take it. And wow, Anti-Mage pushing faster than before the guys, or I should say at least as fast before the guys can do it. Here he's able to take the top racks, which is absolutely huge. But they're going to cycle around and try and take mid, and they have the time to be able to pull it off here. And it's going to become, I think this is going to become a race to the ancient here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Just absolutely only defense that they have, hexagonal bolts if they can kill him, and Brocrates definitely has the ability to do so. But Brocrates gonna knock down these towers as fast as he can, which might not count for much. I mean, the creeps aren't gonna be able to get there with the entire team, the entire Dire team in base taking kills. But no, Shirk gonna go down to kills here, and Lion able to get the burst damage down. That's gonna be an absolute huge setback, but he does do the buyback as well. Oh man, 3 buybacks all in short order, and are they going to be able to even out the barracks here? Brocrates committing whole hog. He does have enough money for buyback. Yes. So when he goes down, he buys back, and wow, absolutely huge. Almost took down that melee racks, and they are really at a huge disadvantage here as far as barracks goes. I mean, all the lanes. So I mean, yeah, well, all the lanes going to be pushed in their way, but. Very exciting, and man, if they can get those creeps in there at all, Brocrates does have the ability, I think, as long as the rest of the team can keep Dire from pushing in and just finishing it. I think they still have the ability to win this. It's going to take, you know, a real stroke of luck, but they might be able to take this back. Krig going ahead, standing in Roche, and it looks like Dire's going to go ahead and commit. They know that if they have the Aegis, they're going to be able to really take this match. Shirk with huge health. The hand of Midas that he went early game definitely paying off for him as we get farther and farther in. Satanic finished with the Daedalus. Not sure what he'd be going next. Maybe a Heart of Tarask. Just make him even tankier, but a little bit of damage wouldn't hurt. And actually, at this point, 3,200 health already. Naga Siren going to go ahead, and absolutely great illusion from Brocrates manages to get them to pop Naga Siren's ulti. That gives them a full minute where they can get some stuff done. And the life drain on, wow, Tidehunter going down to Dragon Knight, but Pugna able to pick off the Dazzle. They don't have enough damage here to be able to take it off. Only 3 of the team there, but they are buying time. Did Roshan go down? Yes. Roche went down. I'm not sure who has the Aegis. I wasn't paying attention. There's just too much exciting stuff going on. But Brocrates staying in base. He's going to push it as hard as he can. This is his time. And yes, bottom racks going down. They're going to pop glyphs. And will we see TPs back up? I don't think anybody even has it. Naga Siren going to have to commit. Same thing with Gromit could pull back. Shirk absolutely committed to working down here on the bottom lane. And Nackertash and Duff. Oh, come on. Please tell me Nix Assassin can tell TP back. They don't have glyph, I don't think. No, not for a while. And this is basically a race to the racks. Brocrates having to tell TP, knows that he can't beat them out. But Gromit taking a lot of damage. Brocrates going down. He does not have buyback. He did use it before. Shoot, nobody has buyback. And this is going to be the deciding fight. Shirk going down. Brocrates able to blast him down. Smokey, it's all down to Brocrates and Smokey. Tidehunter coming back in, only 3 seconds. And they might be able to save their towers here. Krig going to go down very quickly. Dragon Knight and Undying both dead. Gromit's going to fall as well if they can catch him. No. Oh, damn. And they don't have sight. Gromit going to be able to just TP out. No, there's the stun. Skullbasher comes in for the win, and he's able to take that down. Shirk going down to Brocrates. Great bash. Absolutely. That bash. And that bash, that one bash might just win them the game. Micro Piglets possibly going to go down to a lot of damage. Nope, from Sun Guy going to be able to. No fun. Naga going to pop the Naga, the call. Oh man, I'm so excited I can't even talk. Pop Song of the Siren and just pull right out of there. Knows they're going to stay back and defend, and we are even. Radiant able to pull ahead on racks. They are now 1 racks ahead. You know, I mean, the only one that they still have is the range barracks, but just absolutely even on towers, basically even on kills. Let's go ahead and take a look at the golden XP graph now while we have a little bit of time. Even on XP, only about 2,000 gold, and gold exactly the same, only 100 up. This is just, oh wow, this is probably one of the most exciting games that we've had in the Casual Dota Chums so far. Brocrates is going to push it very hard. Still have 18 seconds. Oh no! We have a disconnect. Oh, we have a disconnect. I was going to say, that's like the worst time for a tactical pause that I've ever seen. Holy crap. And just who popped out? Nix Assassin, that's... Oh, Smokey. Man, just terrible timing on the disconnect. This is where we want to see the push. Still 18, 16 seconds in on them. They're not going to be able to... Man, Hexagonal Bolts and Micro Piglets. Micro with 18 seconds. Man, basically, as soon as they come back... yeah, when they ulted the image of Roche, absolutely a huge moment. Knew that they had a big advantage there. And Micro still 18 seconds until he can use Song of the Siren again. What they want to do is try to kill him off before he can use that, because if he can use Song of the Siren, not only will, I mean, that's going to freeze him, which is obviously a huge crappy thing to have happen, and Brocrates without buyback for another minute and 21 seconds, as well as being short on gold, I believe. Let me check. Yep, definitely short on gold, so he won't be able to buy back if he dies here. If he gets Song of the Siren and then netted, that'll set Dire up for that kill. And if they can kill Brocrates, they can take the game, I think. But very, very dangerous, because not only do you have the Song of the Siren, not only do you have the chance of getting frozen, not only do you have the worry that you're going to get netted and then killed and absolutely have them turn this game around, at the exact same time that Micro's going to have that song, Dragon Knight and Slark are going to be coming back, and that'll give them enough time to get into the fight and make sure that they can secure that kill. So this is just, oh man, this is absolutely huge match, and I'm so excited to see which way this game goes. Something I haven't done all game, which I usually do, is take a look at the levels here. Hexagonal Bolt's a little bit far behind, and nope, we're going to go ahead and come back into the game. There's the pause. Nix still not back. Come on, we want Nix back. We want this game to end on as even footing as possible. Smokey, yep. As you can see on the cast right now, Smokey's little drop coming in. Report Brocrates. He is the one who's unpausing. Why would you do this to your own team, man? You want him back for when you maybe die. Hopefully not. Oh my gosh. He's going to be loading in, but... Oh, man. I mean, Dazzle does have ulti. That's going to definitely put 30 seconds left on song. Not even close. Only 17. Brocrates not maybe counting as well as he should. Oh, I want to type it in so bad, but I'm not even gonna. There's no God, just you can't interfere with this much glory. Absolutely beautiful, and oh man, creep waves, huge creep wave pushing in on bottom, and all the creeps in favor of the Radiant. So you know what? Even if they do lose this match, they might have the advantage. Huge creep wave coming in here, ready to push in on the towers, and even if Radiant does lose, Brocrates gets pushed back and stuff, they might still have to contend with the fact that they've got, I mean, shoot, 50 creeps coming in, just destroying their towers. Look at how many creeps there are. We see Song popped, and he's going to go ahead and push up. Some guy getting caught out, but Brocrates managing to stay out, and he's going to pull the creeps around and to the side. And there's a great Ravage, and just, wow, 3 lanes all pushing in at the same time. This is just an insane number of Radiant creeps all coming in. Dazzle going to go down very quickly. Shirk going to fall here, and Shorter out as well. Gets the Decrepify and the Life Leech. That's going to take him down. Gromit barely able to make it out, and some guy almost dead, but Micro Piglets getting frogged and blasted down by Lion. Brocrates able to finish it off. And this might be GG! Absolute huge push! And Radiant takes the game! Oh my god, that's just a huge game. Very exciting. Great play by everybody. It's just fantastic match. Everybody played insanely well. Congratulations to the Radiant, but congratulations to the Dire. Huge match there. And, wow, man, what an exciting game. Whew! Completely close. Came down to Ancient against Ancient, and really, the big advantage there wasn't even Song of the Siren. Like we saw, you had all 3 lanes pushed at the same time, and you can't deal with that much damage from that many creeps all at once. You just don't have the burst for it. Just, whew, absolutely insane. So, great play by everybody. Congratulations all. My name is Mr. Icarus. This has been another WaxWingedGamer cast. And just, if you ever want to come and play with us, some of these players, you've seen great play by everybody. These are guys you can play with. Everybody's super friendly and definitely willing to teach if you're new to the game, and play with you in matches against pubs or whoever if you're already kind of established. So come check us out. It's the Casual Dota Chums group on Steam. I'll put a link in the video. And, come play with us. We'll have a lot of fun. And you can be part of stuff like this. This is what makes Dota great. So in any case, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and constructive criticism of cast is always greatly appreciated. But thanks for watching, and have a good day.